If you're trying to sell products on Amazon FBA, you cannot be successful unless you accurately calculate your profit margins. Knowing this crucial number will empower you to skyrocket your earnings. So keep watching to find out exactly how to do this. Let's get it. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today is a must-have skill for your business. Calculating your profit margin is arguably the most important step in finding a product to sell on Amazon or Shopify, whatever you're selling on. You always need to find out exactly what your profit margin is going to be. I'll be guiding you guys through the entire process, start to finish, from getting quotes on Alibaba to utilizing those quotes on Amazon's revenue calculator to get the most accurate results you can. To get started, let's head over to Amazon's homepage and search for that product that we're going to be selling today. So when searching on Amazon, you want to use very specific keywords, because when you're trying to calculate your profit margin, you don't want there to be variables like material, price ranges, and things like that. You want everything to be very specific so that you know exactly what you're going to be spending and what kind of profit you're going to be getting. So for this example today, I'm going to be searching for, this is a very specific keyword, right? Handmade, it's wooden, foldable, and it's magnetic. It's really hard to have different results here. As you can see, most of them are, about the $30 to $38 range. So what we want to do is we want to take these results here, find the product closest to what we want to sell. For example, say we wanted to sell this one, we can go on Alibaba and kind of look for products that are similar. Head over to Alibaba. So when this pulls up results, I like to search by the graph section here, and I actually have a video. If you guys haven't watched it, I'll put the link up here for you. I have a video where it explains to you guys how to find and sort all of these listings here on Alibaba and find reliable, trustworthy suppliers. But for this video, I'm just gonna leave it as it is and kind of look through the results here to find a good supplier. I'm actually already seeing a lot that resemble this product. This one here is also 15 inches, so it looks very similar, almost identical actually. So we could go ahead and open that one up in a new tab. First thing I'm looking at is this right here. It's a custom manufacturer, and that is what you want. What you don't want is it to say trading company. If it's a trading company, they're like the middleman, so they're actually the ones talking to the supplier and then talking to you, and they want to have a profit for themselves, so they end up quoting you higher than what an actual manufacturer would quote you. So that's a good sign that it's a manufacturer. And then you can also see here, this is their price graph up here. Most of the time on their web pages, they have it set up where if you type in your order quantity, so we'll say 1,000 order quantity, you'll get the price changed right here, and it'll quote you up here what the price would be. So $4 per unit is actually not very bad at all. It's actually a good price, especially if you're selling it, over $30. So you have right here $4 as their quote based on their homepage website. If your business is at a stage where you're very serious about this product and you believe you're really going to sell this product, then you can get a very detailed and specific quote based on your specifications. If you actually talk to the supplier and tell them what you want your product to have, what kind of details you want to change, things like that, they'll quote you on your specific changes, and you can actually use that quote for your profit margin calculation. You also want to include shipping price in your calculation as well, which you can also get from the supplier. But if you're in this stage right here where I'm at, where I'm just kind of doing an overview, trying to get an idea, I'm thinking about selling the product, I don't know if I really want to sell it, you can take an estimate shipping cost, which I'll estimate this one maybe about $2, which I believe is an overestimate, because when it comes to like products like this where they're not very heavy, they're lightweight, then the shipping isn't too expensive. So I'm gonna guess the shipping is about $2 per unit. So we're looking at a total of maybe $6. If your business is at that stage where you're very serious, you can go over and head over to freightos.com, where you can get freight forwarding quotes, and they'll quote you for your products and your packaging specifications, specifically, from that supplier you're buying from, all the way over to the Amazon warehouse. And they can give you very accurate estimates about the quotes and the cost of freight forwarding from China or from wherever you're freight forwarding from. Freightos is the best site for that by far. Another method you can go about using is talking to your supplier and asking them to give you DDP quotes. The DDP price is where the supplier is in charge of all of the shipping from China through customs into Amazon's warehouse. And you can get that specific quote from them. So if they give you a DDP quote, for example, DDP $6, $4 for the unit, and then $2 for shipping, that is what you can use for your shipping quote. And you don't have to worry about talking to a freight forwarder or any of that. So I generally like to ask my suppliers for a DDP quote, but if they don't have that option available, or you'd rather do it yourselves, you can use Freightos.com. So let's go over to the revenue calculator and take a look at this. We have 3 different sections here. You can estimate in bulk, you can define a product where you can go through each, package specifications, unit weight, things like that, which is something you would use if your brand is in that, next stage where you're serious about the product. But what we're going to be doing in this video is searching Amazon's catalog. So if we go back over to Amazon, and this is the product that we're looking at selling, right? We can grab this ASIN from their link and paste it into the revenue calculator. And this is going to show their specific listing with its weight and packaging and sizes and all that stuff. So when you pull this up here, you can see 2 different sections. You have Amazon fulfillment and then your fulfillment. So this is another way of saying FBA and FBM. FBM stands for fulfilled by merchant, meaning that you're in charge of shipping and handling, warehouse storage, all of those things. If a customer places an order, on your listing, then you have to actually physically drive that product over to the UPS or post office and ship it out yourselves. And you have to pay for that shipping. So we're not going to be using that today, but if that's something that you are going to be doing, then you can use this section to find the profit margin. We're going to be working in Amazon fulfillment or FBA, where it actually includes the fulfillment costs right here. So for example, fulfillment means that they're going to be handling all the shipping and handling. They're going to be doing the customer service. So if an order comes in, they're going to be pick, pack, and shipping your items. You can also include different options here. So say that you know that you're going to work with your supplier and you want to have bubble wrap over your chessboard. You can include that option right here. And it's going to estimate that to be about 80 cents. You can also have Amazon do that themselves. This is assuming you're going to have Amazon do that. But you can also get your supplier to do those things as well. So I'm going to uncheck that. That's the fulfillment cost. Amazon fees. This is where you get charged for selling on Amazon, using Amazon's website to sell your product. Amazon drives a lot of traffic to their website, so by using that service, you have to pay for it. You have to pay to be on Amazon. The next section is going to be the cost of goods sold and miscellaneous costs. So here is where you're going to put your supplier quotes. So if we said it was $4, right? You can put $4 right there, and then you can put the shipping and miscellaneous. But what I like to do is I'll just add it to the cost of goods. So if I had like a DDP quote from that supplier that was about $6, then we can just put everything there. So that includes the shipping and the cost of the unit itself. Now you see here, we already have a profit margin of about 48%, which is really good, but we can't really take that for its value because the price right now is $37, which this person's selling, but they also have 1,800 reviews. So if we just joined the market and started selling a product, we wouldn't be able to sell it at the same price as this person because they're doing very well right now. They've been on the market for a long time. Obviously, they have a lot of reviews. So we would, we can estimate that we can probably sell it about $29.99. So, about $8 less. So we have here profit margin of 39.92, so about 40% profit margin, which I would say is the minimum profit margin you want when you're looking for products. You don't want to go much lower than that because even though it says net profit margin, this is actually your gross profit margin because it's not including your advertising cost, your expenses for tools and different softwares that you use, any business expense, in office, anything like that. So this is actually not your net profit margin, but your gross profit margin. So if you include advertising and things, we can estimate that to be about 20 to 30% of your profit margin to go to advertising. So you're really looking at like a 15 to 20% net profit margin, which is good. You want to have your gross profit margin be at least 40% so that you can have room to spend money on advertising and other things that you need to spend money on. Those are mandatory. Remember, profit margin is the first step of many in finding that perfect product. And like I said, it's arguably one of the most important steps. I know many sellers, successful sellers, who they find the profit margin before anything else. They go for the profit margin because if it doesn't have, like I said, at least 40% profit margin, they're not going to waste their time on it. They can make tons of sales, I'm sure. They can enter that market and become a top seller. But if their profit margin's only 3% at the end of the day, after your shipping, advertising, and all the fees, then there's no real reason to be selling that product or wasting your time on that product. So now that you've mastered the art of calculating your profit margin, go ahead and check out all the other content on my page where I teach you guys all of the crucial tips that you need to know before you start on Amazon or even after you've already started selling on Amazon. If you guys like this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell so you never miss a video from me again. I'll see you guys in the next one.